Welcome back. Now, let's talk about some big changes coming to macOS. Since its introduction, macOS has revolutionized the experience of using a computer by combining incredible power with incredible ease of use. And it's loved by all different types of users, from families and students to creative pros, business people, and of course, software developers. And this year, we're taking the macOS experience you love even further. But what should we call it? Well, if you're a student of macOS, you know this question can only be answered by Apple's legendary crack marketing team. Their drug-fueled, minibus-driven vision quests have yielded some great names and sadly spawned a host of imitators. The truth is, we can't responsibly continue to inadvertently lead our competition to copy these methods when they clearly can't handle the trip. So this year, we're leaving our process shrouded in mystery and taking you straight to the glorious destination. Our next release of macOS is macOS Big Sur. macOS Big Sur introduces an entirely new design and major updates to some of the most essential apps on the platform. And just like its name, Big Sur brings you unmatched levels of power and beauty. Let's start with design, where we're making the biggest change since the introduction of macOS 10, Messages. Messages on the Mac is designed to work seamlessly with all of your devices, so your SMS and iMessage conversations are in sync no matter what device you're using. Now this year, we're taking Messages to the next level with a ton of great new features. We're introducing powerful search to help you find what you're looking for. We have a redesigned photo picker to make sharing photos and videos easier. And Memoji. You can now create and edit your Memoji right on your Mac. And Memoji stickers bring personality to messages, giving you fun ways to express yourself in all of your conversations. Messages Effects helps you celebrate special moments and get your point across. And you're also getting pin conversations that are synced across devices so you can always get to them, along with new groups enhancements. So that's what's coming to Messages on Mac. Powerful tools to manage your conversations and new ways to express yourself. Next up, Mac Catalyst. Catalyst gives developers a big head start in creating a Mac app from an iPad app. Take, for instance, our recent release of Swift Playgrounds for Mac. Catalyst gave us a big head start creating the app, and we were able to spend our development time crafting a great Mac experience. Today, we have some improvements to Mac Catalyst I'd like to share. This year, developers will be able to optimize their apps to fully utilize the native resolution of the Mac screen, providing total control of every pixel. We've also given developers new capabilities, including powerful new menu and keyboard APIs, and updated controls like checkboxes and date pickers. They look great with the new design of macOS. In fact, we use Catalyst with the new version of Maps, and just as you'd expect, it's a full-fledged Mac app that runs natively and is designed in a way that's true to the Mac. So you get multiple resizable windows, keyboard shortcuts, and everything else you'd expect from a native Mac app. And we did the same thing for Messages. Maps and Messages join the great set of apps from Apple that already use the Mac Catalyst technology. And there's a growing list of third-party Catalyst apps available on the Mac App Store. Next, Safari. Our users love Safari for its speedy performance, power efficiency, and state-of-the-art privacy protections. And it delivers all of that while making it easy to get to your bookmarks, tabs, and browsing history across all of your devices. This year, we're building on Safari's amazing performance, elegant design, and pioneering privacy protections to deliver the biggest update to Safari since it was first introduced. As you know, Safari has long been the world's fastest desktop browser. This year, Safari's performance running JavaScript is better than ever and continues to significantly outpace all other major browsers. And now, when it comes to page loading, we're even faster there too. In fact, when loading frequently visited websites, Safari is now on average more than 50% faster than Chrome. And Safari delivers this amazing performance while continuing to deliver industry-leading battery life. And of course, Safari is continuing to build on its pioneering track record of protecting user privacy. Safari was the first browser to introduce private browsing, cookie blocking, and most recently, intelligent tracking prevention. This year, we want to give our users even more visibility into how each site they visit tries to track them and the ways that Safari protects them. So now users can click on the Privacy Report button in the toolbar when they visit a site to better understand how that site is treating their privacy. In addition to monitoring unwanted tracking, Safari now also securely monitors your saved passwords to ensure that they haven't been compromised in a data breach. Now, this is also a big year for extensions in Safari. We're adding support for the Web Extensions API so developers can easily bring over extensions that they built for other browsers. And we're building an all-new category in the Mac App Store to showcase Safari extensions so users can easily find them. Now, extensions are very powerful, but can introduce privacy challenges. In other browsers, extensions can access every page you visit, every tab you open, even everything you type. So we're doing even more here. In Safari, you choose which sites each extension can work with. And you can even give them access just for the day, just for the website, or all the time. But improved performance, power efficiency, and privacy protections are only the start. We have a whole slew of new features this year, from a customizable start page, to redesigned tabs that are more elegant and powerful, and native translation capabilities built right into Safari. To tell you more, I'll hand it off to Beth Dakin. Thanks, Beth. So that's Safari. It's a huge release with new ways to customize, big improvements to your browsing experience like tabs and translation, and even stronger privacy protection to keep your browsing your business. And that's macOS Big Sur, the biggest update to design since the original introduction of macOS 10, significant updates to messages and maps, and the biggest update to Safari ever. But these changes are only the beginning. For years now, down deep below the surface, we've been working on something truly profound. To tell you more, I'll hand it back to Tim.
Thanks, Craig. Big Sur is going to be a great release of macOS. But that's only part of the story, because today is going to be a truly historic day for the Mac. Today, we're going to tell you about some really big changes, how we're going to take the Mac to a whole new level. From the very beginning, the Mac redefined the entire computer industry. The Mac has always been about innovation and boldly pushing things forward, embracing big changes to stay at the forefront of personal computing. The Mac has had three major transitions in its history: the move to PowerPC, the transition to macOS 10, and the move to Intel. And now it's time for a huge leap forward for the Mac. Because today is the day we're announcing that the Mac is transitioning to our own Apple Silicon. When we make bold changes, it's for one simple yet powerful reason: so we can make much better products. When we look ahead, we envision some amazing new products, and transitioning to our own custom silicon is what will enable us to bring them to life. At Apple, integrating hardware and software is fundamental to everything we do. That's what makes our products so great, and silicon is at the heart of our hardware. So having a world-class silicon design team is a game changer. To tell you more about Apple Silicon and how it will take Mac to the next level, I'd like to send you over to Johnny Sarugi at one of our labs in an undisclosed location.
Consumer systems, desktops deliver the highest performance but consume the most power. Notebooks trade off performance for lower power, making them portable. As you can see, normally to get more performance, you have to consume more power. When you take a closer look at this chart, you realize you want to operate in the upper left corner. You want to deliver the highest performance at the lowest power consumption. And that's exactly where we want to take the Mac. Building upon our years of experience designing the world's most energy-efficient chips, our plan is to give the Mac a much higher level of performance, while at the same time consuming less power. So much better performance is reason enough to transition the Mac to Apple SoCs. But that's just part of the story. Our scalable architecture includes many custom technologies that, when integrated with our software, will bring even more innovation to the Mac. With our advanced power management, we will maximize performance and battery life better than ever before. Our secure enclave will bring best-in-class security. And our high-performance GPU is going to bring a whole new level of graphics performance to every Mac, making them even better for pro applications and really great for games. And combined with our neural engines, our chips will make the Mac an amazing platform for machine learning. And we're bringing many other custom technologies, such as our video, display, and image processing engines that will help make the Mac better than ever before. About how macOS will run on Apple SoCs, here's my colleague, Craig.
Let's talk about the technologies that we've built into macOS Big Sur that will make the transition to Apple Silicon smooth and seamless for both consumers and developers. These new Mac systems will be incredible, and users will want their favorite apps to take full advantage of the capabilities of our custom silicon. And the best way to do that is with native apps. So of course, when we updated our apps for Big Sur, we built everything as native for Apple Silicon, Macs built on Apple Silicon. So developers can tap into the native power and performance of our new Macs and still support Intel-based Macs, all with a single binary for all of their users. We're really excited to see so much great work on native apps. These apps even get more amazing when they're built to take advantage of the Silicon's powerful capabilities, like its incredible CPU and graphics performance, a unified memory architecture, and the neural engine, which accelerates advanced machine learning tasks. The transition to Apple Silicon is also great for developers who've already optimized their apps for other Apple platforms. The shared architecture across our products means that their code will absolutely sing on our new Macs. And there's even more to the story. We're doing some really important things to make this transition seamless for our users. Now, while we expect most developers will go native immediately, we want to make sure that users can run all of their apps on day one, even if some apps haven't yet been updated. Now, we've been down this road before. When we transitioned from PowerPC to Intel processors, a cornerstone of that transition was Rosetta, a technology that makes it possible to run PowerPC apps on Intel-based Macs. macOS Big Sur will include a new version of Rosetta, Rosetta 2. Rosetta 2 automatically translates your existing Mac apps so they work on new Macs with Apple Silicon. And this time, Rosetta is even faster, more powerful, and more compatible. It translates the apps when you install them so they can launch immediately and be instantly responsive. And Rosetta 2 can also translate code on the fly when needed, like for web browsers with just-in-time JavaScript compilers or for Java code. It even handles the most complex Pro apps and their plugins. Rosetta 2 is transparent to users, and the performance is amazing. We're also introducing new virtualization technologies in macOS Big Sur. So for developers who want to run other environments like Linux or tools like Docker, we have you covered. When you put all of these technologies together, Universal, Rosetta, and virtualization, you have a system that can run an amazing diversity of apps. Thanks, Andreas. As you saw, Macs built with Apple Silicon will be able to run iPhone and iPad apps directly. Starting day one, users can download these apps right from the Mac App Store, and most apps will just work with no changes from the developer.